Many people keep complaining about high cost of living. Food prices are skyrocketing, and it's becoming harder to pay rent, insurance, utility costs, and other bills. Our salary never seems enough to cater for our daily needs without resulting to borrowing before the month ends. Does it sound familiar? If yes, then it is the right time to learn how to live frugally and save money. So, is there a way you can be diligent with your money, be able to save more and at the same time enjoy life? Yes, I'll share with you 12 tips on how to have your best life without necessarily living cheap. I'll also help you differentiate frugal living with related and confusing terms like stingy living and being cheap. Welcome to Financial Creatives. If you are new here, consider subscribing to this channel to continue receiving great videos like this. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can get informed every time I publish a new video. Let's get started. So what is frugal living? Is it that of a stretched minimalist character who doesn't want to spend a coin and won't save your life for a penny? Or it's something else different altogether? Frugal living is all about being deliberate with finances. In this case, you prioritize things that are more important over those that are less important. Some people also define frugal living as a habit of always looking for fair prices and better deals. Thus, a frugal person may prefer not to buy something unless they get it on a discount or go for its cheap alternative just to save. To me, frugal living means the power to live within my means. It is when I can pay my bills without having to borrow and learning how to live on less money than I make. Generally, frugal living comes with these outstanding benefits. It allows you to save up more and achieve your financial goals. It teaches you to live within your means and appreciate a minimalist life. It enables you to have more money in your pocket for essential expenses. It is a stress-free way to pay your bills and clearing your debts. Now, let's look at frugal living versus being stingy. What describes you? Frugal living is about being economical with resources and setting priorities based on their importance. Being stingy, on the other hand, refers to being uncharitable or not being liberal in your spending. While both terms may refer to someone who is not quick to spend money, the reasons for doing it are different for the two guys. A frugal person may pause to buy something until he or she gets a good deal for it, but a stingy one may decide to do away with the idea entirely just to save. Here is a case scenario. During a dining out scenario, for instance, a stingy person may choose not to dine out even at a cheap restaurant just to save. In contrast, a frugal person may opt to capitalize on discounts or order a drink instead of a complete meal, or opt for a fair-priced restaurant for the same meal. Let's look at frugal living versus being cheap. Can you live frugally without being cheap? Yes, you can live frugally without being cheap. Frugal living is more of saving and utilizing available resources carefully and economically, while being cheap is considered spending less money on supplies. As mentioned, being frugal is about setting priorities on your spending. Cheap people, however, are more focused on low prices than the actual value or quality of commodities. A frugal person may look for a saving opportunity but will always prioritize value. Here is a case scenario. A cheap person may prefer not to tip a waiter at a restaurant even if the service is excellent, while a frugal person may do so but search for coupons to at least cover up for the expense. At this point, you know whether you are frugal, stingy, or cheap. Now, if you want to join the Frugal Club, here are 12 best frugal living tips to apply today. Number 1. Start by setting up a budget. This is the most basic tip to apply if you want a frugal living. Frugal living is all about knowing what you make and how you use it. So you have to keep a watch on your income and track your expenses. Doing so enables you to stay financially disciplined and get to save. Setting up a budget gives you the absolute power to decide what to spend your money on and gives you the power to direct your money to wise usage. You can apply the 50-30-20 rule, where you allocate 50% of your income to basic needs such as food, housing, utilities, insurance, and clothes, Assign 30% of your income to wants, such as entertainment, travels, dine-outs, and shopping. And third, apportion 20% of your income to savings, such as emergency fund, retirement plan, and investments. Number 2, set up an emergency fund. After employing the 50-30-20 rule, you just need to assign a reasonable amount of your 20% savings to your emergency fund. But why do you even need an emergency fund in the first place? The essence of having an emergency fund is to enable you to handle life's unforeseen expenses like medical bills, repairs, and unexpected travels. An emergency fund will help you create a financial buffer to keep you afloat in time of need without having to rely on debt and credit cards. Generally, setting aside something like $1,000 is a decent starting point for a frugal living for beginners. Number 3, cancel unnecessary subscriptions. According to a recent Waterstone Group research, 84% of buyers underestimate their monthly subscriptions, and this ends up hurting them severely financially. Do you know that you pay so much for TV and music subscriptions, among other dormant subscriptions that you made but rarely use when you could save on them? Go back and manually check all your subscriptions to identify what you need to cancel today or what subscriptions are overpriced. You can trace these monthly or annual deductions from your bank statement. Alternatively, you can use Stream app to audit all your subscriptions. The intelligent app examines your subscriptions to help you cut back on the unnecessary ones, especially those that continue to cost you so much money. What's more, Stream is a bill negotiator. It can engage your service providers to convince them to give you a better deal. From cable to electricity, Stream does it all. In number 4, find a lucrative hobby and make some extra cash. Do you enjoy writing and have a good command of English? Then you should do freelance writing on sites like Upwork, Textbroker, or Fiverr. The platforms allow you to earn money creating content. How about you take your writing a notch higher by starting and monetizing a blog? You don't know how to start a blog? Well, I got you covered. Check this amazing Project 24 blogging course in the description below. The course will guide you towards making your first $1,000 online through blogging in just 24 months. It's worth it. Other lucrative hobbies are playing videos, shopping online, searching the web, and answering surveys such as inbox dollars or swag bags for some extra cash. Number 5, apply the 30-day rule. How does waiting for a month before making a purchase sound? Well, that's the kind of sacrifice I have to make occasionally, and I must confess that it works wonders. I apply the 30-day rule to keep my impulse buying on check. It curtails my shopping appetite. You'll be surprised that you don't need a majority of items after 30 days. If you do, then you should go ahead with the purchase. The 30-day rule generally works best for expensive things that are likely to have a significant impact on your budget, and gives you time to think about the sacrifice that you're willing to take for the purchase. Most of the times, you'll realize that you don't need that product and you can just live without it. In number 6, consider dining at home. Frugal individuals are very picky when it comes to dining out. Most of them prefer to cook at home instead of dining out or ordering from a food service. I use this approach and it helps me save a lot. It's a tactic frugal people use to embrace living with less money. This doesn't mean that you'll never dine out. No, all you need is to reduce the number of times you do it. For example, if you're used to dining out every weekend, consider doing it twice a month and put the saved amount in your emergency fund or your other savings plans. It's worth it, right? The best part is that home cooking is less expensive and healthy, and thus, it will help you stay fit and ahead financially. Number 7. Consider shopping off-season. We all have this weird tendency of feeling good while shopping during holiday peaks. Oh yeah, it feels good, but it's damn expensive. Just imagine, you'll buy a sweater for $50 during the holiday seasons, and the same sweater will have costed you $25 off holiday. If you are an online shopper, you must have noticed that most winter clothes are on clearance in February, which is just the perfect time to buy them. And when it comes to light garments, they are mostly on clearance at the end of the summer. Learn how to buy after the holidays and not before or around them. That helps you to get a good deal while living on a budget. What a save! Number 8. Keep an eye on discounts and coupons. There are so many ways you can get discounts on just about anything. My favorite tricks, however, are cashing on reward points, using coupons to shop online, shopping in bulk, signing up for the store loyalty programs, and inquiring about sales. With most stores depending on online sales, you should take advantage of their desperation to get discounts. Coupons and discounts are always available. Search online for coupons and discounts before you slide that item into the shopping cart. Number 9. Consider carpooling. Carpooling is another name for ride sharing, car sharing, or lift sharing. You can share a car to eliminate the need for the other person to drive to the same location, hence saving on fuel. Do you live in the same neighborhood as any of your co-workers? How about the parent of the kids who school with your kids? In both cases, carpooling is a great idea. In the first scenario, instead of both of you driving to work, you can talk about taking turns driving to enable you to save on fuel. As for the second case, you can also talk with the other parents about driving the kids to school or trips in turns to save on fuel. In number 10, save up to 50% on Thrive Market. We know that organic foods are healthy, but we also know that they can be expensive for most households. So how can you save on them? The solution is to visit the Thrive Market. The online store allows you to buy organic foods at wholesale prices, which means massive discounts to leverage. You can save as much as 50% on organic brands. Thrive Market offers you free shipping for your first order if it exceeds $25 and $20 shopping credit upon signing up. They also have gifts, coupons, and rewards. You can visit the store today to capitalize on their offers. Number 11. Buy affordable multi-purpose products. It sounds crazy, but I never miss buying a vinegar in bulk. Wondering why? Well, vinegar cleans and disinfects my work surfaces, windows, and other areas in my house. What's more, it's a perfect salad topping and very cheap to buy. So it fits my description of an affordable multi-purpose product. Others include olive oil, used as skin softener, shaving cream, lubricant and furniture polish, and baking soda, used as an air freshener, teeth whitener, and mouthwash. In a nutshell, always strive to buy a multi-purpose product instead of single-use products for home and even office use. Number 12. Shop secondhand. The reason why you will want to buy secondhand is to save. It's usually an option for a frugal shopper if you can get an item for cheap, but you have to consider the quality and usability of the item before buying it. There are great deals out there, and all you need to do is to check them out. Consider visiting Facebook Marketplace. Check eBay for second-hand kids items and homewares deals. Other sites I recommend are Poshmark for trendy clothes and accessories, and Let Go for furniture, used cars, electronics, and just about everything else. Now that you know how to live frugally and save money, you have no reason not to embrace the idea. You don't have to do everything on my list, but you can just do a few to get you started. You can then add more to your savings plan gradually. If you'd like some more exciting frugal living tips, visit my website financialcreatives.com. I'll leave a link in the description below. I know this video was exciting and you loved it. I'll be happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss other interesting videos like this. Until next time, take care.